Okay. In continuing with the fantasy theme, because there are people who do the whole fantasy hockey thing every year, and there's a value thing you can look at, and there you can look at this two ways. Some guys don't work on the power play; they're just not good power play guys. Some guys are extremely good on the power play. So what I did was I went through and found guys who don't get power play points and guys who get a ton of power play points. Here's why. If a player who doesn't get a lot of power play points suddenly gets that time, you'll see their points totals go up. If a guy who relies on power play production to keep his numbers up struggles to with that power play production, again, it's the opposite, right? So here we go. Players who don't get a lot of power play points, and I tried to limit it to a certain standard because otherwise I'm just putting hundreds of names on the board and it's just going to get muddled really quickly. Arvidsson in Nashville, 50 even strength points last year, 8 on the power play. So if he gets power play time and produces, you'll watch his totals go up. Bukestad, 42 and 7 for him, so only 7 points on the power play. Broussard in Pittsburgh, 40 even strength, 6 power play points. So you want to talk about him dropping and how he didn't have a great year. If he'd produced on the power play, it would have looked a lot better. Leon Draisaitl, 55 and 11 is right underneath Kyle Connor at 46 and 11. So these are two young players. In Connor's case, he's going to get bumped down because there's other players who are stronger power play guys ahead of him. But in Leon's case for Edmonton, they just had a bad power play, and I can't see them having a bad power play again this year. Jordan Eberle, 49 and 10. Radek Faksa, 31 points, none of them on the power play, 0. So if Dallas decides to start putting him out on the power play, and they could for the reason of faceoffs, he's good on the faceoff. You never know; he may start putting up points there. Nico Hischier will get an increased role with New Jersey this year. He had 46 points, even strength, and 6 on the power play. So that's going to go up. I would almost guarantee that Hischier's numbers are going to go up this year on the power play. Zach Hyman in Toronto, 38 even strength, 0 power play. And I know this is where Toronto fans say, well, yeah, Hyman doesn't play on the power play. Right. But if he ever started, if Toronto decides we're going to give him a shot at second unit minutes, and he puts up about, say, 10 points on the power play, just a modest total of 10, you're going to watch as his totals go up, and people are going to be like, oh, wow, Hyman's all of a sudden this really good producer. Not just a hard worker, but a good producer. Evander Kane in San Jose, 41 and 9. I was actually kind of surprised at Evander Kane only having 9 power play points last year. Andre Cachet in Anaheim, 35, only 3 of those on the power play. That should go up. Konechny in Philly, 44, even strength, only 3 on the power play. So Konechny should go up as well. Larkin, 52 even strength, 8 on the power play. Manson in Anaheim is going to be competing for very few spots on the power play. Where defensemen kind of get hosed now is, of course, there's 4 forwards and 1 defenseman on most power plays, which means that that's going to go to Lindholm, that's going to go to Fowler, and it's going to leave Manson out in the cold. So the only way that Manson's going to get time on the power play is going to be if somebody else gets hurt. Braden Point, 50 and 11. Brandon Saad in Chicago, 34 and 1. So it was a miserable year for Saad, but if he can get power play production going, he's going to look a lot better, a lot quicker. Skinner, only 9 on the power play this past season for Carolina. Now in Buffalo, of course, 40 even strength, and 9 on the power play. Paul Stastny, 43 even strength, 9 on the power play. And Stone in Ottawa only had 11 points on the power play. And again, people are going to say, well, some of these were bad power plays. Right. But if Stone goes up to, say, 20 and keeps that 49, that's 69 points right there. Over an 80-game schedule, that's pretty solid. Now, the opposite side of the ledger, so guys who get a lot of points on the power play, you've got Barrie for Colorado, 27 even strength points, 30 power play. That's where it gets interesting because Manson had 36 even strength points, meaning he outscored Barrie at even strength by 9 points. Barzal, 58 and 27, so 27 points on the power play. Barzal was excellent. Brent Burns, 39 and 27. So Burns, 39 even strength points against Manson, 36. Manson could do on the power play what Burns does. Anyways. Butcher, 21 and 23. So Will Butcher played some sheltered minutes, only had 21 even strength. Maybe if his ice time picks up this year, he ends up with a bunch more even strength points. Bufflin, 22 and 22, so nice and even. John Carlson in Washington, 36 and 32, so a lot of power play points for Carlson. Crosby, 51 and 38, so again, 38 points on the power play for Crosby. 51 even strength, which means Crosby only outscores Arvidsson by 1 point at even strength. Galchenyuk, 27 and 24, so he relies on power play quite a bit. Ghost in Philly, 33 on the power play, 32 at even strength. So the power play is a big part of what keeps him at the top. Phil Kessel, of course, had a legendary season. 50 even strength, 42 on the power play. Patrick Laine, 39 even strength, 31 on the power play. Morgan Rielly in Toronto, 27 at even strength, 25 on the power play. Rasmus Ristolainen in Buffalo, 18 even strength, 23 on the power play. And there's Blake Wheeler at 49 and 40 for Edmonton. So it's just one of those things that if you're in a league and you're trying to figure out, maybe who's gonna take a step forward, maybe Stastny gets power play time in Vegas. Maybe Saad does get that power play time and get that chance to produce with Chicago this year. Maybe something happens with Anaheim and they end up needing Manson on that point. Maybe somebody gets hurt ahead of him and he ends up on that point on the power play. You can get value here. And on this side, you may have guys who struggle to score as many on the power play. Like, can Blake Wheeler get another season of 40 on the power play? If he drops to 30, which would still be top 20 by NHL standards from this past season, takes 27 points on the power play to make the top 20. So let's just say he drops to 27. That's going to be a huge drop in points. Even if at even strength it's the same, that power play total, if it drops and his even strength stays the same, you're going to see people saying, oh, Wheeler fell off this year. May just be on special teams. But there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.